O din 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 dun, ma din 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 dun.
You've heard the sound before. You probably scrolled past it without thinking twice. A looping chant, nonsense syllables over some ridiculous dancing orange figure. People call it Italian brain rot. They laugh. They remix it. They make jokes about it. But here's the truth. That sound isn't just a meme. It's not harmless. It's a warning, a call. And once you hear it, even once, it remembers you. What I'm about to tell you isn't public knowledge. I've pieced it together from sealed Vatican archives, abandoned villages, and testimonies of people who aren't alive anymore. This isn't a story. This is a confession. The figure you know as
O din 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 dun, ma din 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 dun.
was human once. What he became is something I can never unsee. And if the chant keeps spreading the way it has been, none of us will survive. There's a place in northern Italy you won't find on any map. Locals call it Castello di Aranci, the Castle of Oranges. It was once a thriving orchard town, supplying citrus across the region. Now it's nothing but ruins, vines swallowing cracked stone walls, orange trees growing wild, fruit rotting in the grass. I found the name buried in an old shipping ledger from 1919. There were notes in the margins, frantic handwriting, seal the wells, voices inside the trees. That was my first clue something was wrong there. The deeper I dug, the worse it got. Photographs from the early 1900s show the town during harvest festivals. People smiling with baskets of oranges. But look closely at the murals painted on their chapel walls. Figures with human bodies and citrus for heads, mouths open mid-chant. It wasn't decoration. It was a warning. In 1923, an earthquake ripped through the region. The tremor opened a fissure beneath Castello di Aranci, revealing ancient catacombs carved into the rock below the orchards. The murals were older than Christianity, grotesque depictions of rituals involving fruit and blood. One particular mural stood out, a towering figure, muscles bulging, crowned with orange leaves, mouth stretched impossibly wide. Its eyes were a sickly lime green. Around it, kneeling humans chanted rhythmic syllables.
O din 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 dun, ma din 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 dun.
The priests who discovered it ordered the tunnels sealed, calling the art pagan corruption. But that didn't stop others from taking notice. During World War II, Mussolini's forces scoured Italy for anything that could give them an edge. Hidden research divisions studied folklore, alchemy, anything that promised invincibility. That's how Project Arancio began. Their aim was simple: create soldiers who could endure starvation, resist disease, survive on citrus alone. But the murals from Castello di Aranci offered something more: immortality. At least, that's what Dr. Vittorio Benassi believed. Benassi was obsessed with the chant carved into the stone. He transcribed it, studied the cadence, and discovered something horrifying. The chant's rhythm perfectly matched the Earth's Schumann resonance, a natural frequency associated with brainwave manipulation. To him, this wasn't coincidence. It was a formula. He theorized the villagers weren't worshipping fruit. They were transforming into it, and he wanted to replicate it. Records mention a single name: Giovanni Ferri, a farmer. Starving, desperate, he volunteered in exchange for food for his wife and daughter. The experiments began with orange seeds. Not ordinary seeds, these were soaked in hallucinogenic compounds derived from mold found in the catacombs. Giovanni was fed hundreds of them over several days while locked in a soundproof chamber. Benassi exposed him to the chant. Over and over, low frequencies. 5 beats repeating endlessly.
O din 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 dun, ma din 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 dun.
After 48 hours, Giovanni stopped responding. His skin tinged faintly orange. After 72 hours, his fingernails blackened and fell off, replaced by hardened citrus rind. His teeth softened, then regrew sharp, pulp dripping from his mouth. Witnesses described his screams turning to laughter, then chanting, By the fifth day, Giovanni Ferri was no longer human. His eyes glowed lime. A crown of orange leaves sprouted from his skull. His body ballooned with unnatural muscle, veins pulsing with sticky sap instead of blood. He broke out of containment that night. No one knows how many he killed before disappearing into the orchards. The phrase,
"O din 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 dun, ma din 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 dun,"
isn't nonsense. When mapped acoustically, it forms a near-perfect harmonic that entrains human brainwaves. Exposure induces hallucinations, endless orchards, faceless figures dancing in circles. Compulsion, uncontrollable need to chant along, even while asleep. Physical changes, taste of metal and citrus, skin tinting orange, hair thinning into leaf-like filaments. Psychosis, whispers of rustling leaves inside the skull. Benassi's team didn't survive long enough to study full transformation. Their notes end abruptly, blood-stained pages found decades later in abandoned tunnels. 1944. Allied troops advancing through Tuscany discovered the village abandoned. No bodies. No survivors. Just rotting fruit and strange chanting echoing through the orchards. One soldier's testimony, classified until 1987, described what they encountered. Dozens of them, men with orange skin clawing at us, eyes glowing green, chanting, always chanting. Gunfire did nothing. The creatures didn't bleed. They leaked juice. When reinforcements arrived days later, the orchard was empty. Not a single corpse. Only weapons left behind, rusting in sticky pulp. The village was erased from maps. The orchards burned. Or so they claimed. For decades, rumors swirled of Vatican agents visiting the ruins at night, hauling crates of fruit and scrolls into secret archives. I found fragments of their notes, handwritten prayers mixed with warnings. Do not hum. Do not taste. Do not dream of oranges. One page chilled me more than anything. The chant is a covenant. Once heard, it binds the listener. The more who listen, the stronger the orchard grows. They sealed recordings of the chant in lead-line vaults beneath Rome, but nothing stays buried forever. 2025. A random TikTok audio surfaces. A silly chant. High-pitched, absurd.
"O din 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 dun, ma din 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 dun,"
paired with a dancing orange figure. Viral overnight. Millions of views. But no one realizes the melody matches exactly the field recordings from Castello di Aranci. Beat for beat. Pitch for pitch. The cursed frequency disguised as a joke. Nobody knows who uploaded it first. The account vanished within days. But by then, it was everywhere. Remixed, memed, unstoppable. Forums are full of jokes about Italian brain rot, but buried in the comments are warnings. Is it normal to smell oranges after hearing it? I can't stop humming it in my sleep. My skin looks different. People laugh these off. They shouldn't. The first symptom is smell, citrus when none is present. Then taste, metallic bitterness on the tongue. Then whispers, leaves rustling inside your head. By the time your reflection tints orange, it's too late. You're already part of the orchard. In the meme, the chant loops 5 times. But the original recording contains a 6th line, whispered so low you barely notice. Ma din din dun, join us. Archivists theorized this is the trigger phrase, the moment transformation begins in full. No one who heard it unedited lived to confirm. That orange figure you laugh at? It's not based on Giovanni Ferri. It is Giovanni Ferri. He never died. He walks the orchard still, leading others into the chant, into the leaves. And now, thanks to the meme, his voice is everywhere. Every loop, every share, every laugh strengthens him. The orchards are growing again. Not in Italy, everywhere. If you've heard the meme, even once, watch yourself. Check your tongue. Does it taste bitter? Smell the air. Do you notice oranges where none exist? At night, do you hear rustling leaves? Don't hunt it. Don't repeat it. Don't even think it. Because the chant remembers you. And when you hear the sixth line, you won't be you anymore. I shouldn't have listened. I shouldn't have followed the orchard trails. But I had to know. I had to see him. He's here. He's right outside my door. His eyes lime green through the window. His mouth split to the ears. He's smiling.
Udin din 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 dun, madin din din dun, merupakan sosok jeruk yang memiliki mata dan mulut. Dulunya ia hanyalah seorang manusia biasa. Karena sering menelan biji jeruk, ia alhasil berubah menjadi Udin din 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 dun jeruk.
Join us. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.